Okay, so I'm gonna do it a little differently today, and the reason is because I'm sharing a little testimony with you that speaks also to the conversation that we're having around limiting beliefs. So in August last year, I parted ways with my bus job, my place of employ, parted ways with them, and I do believe it was at the instruction of the Lord. Soon thereafter, he asked me to write a book, and he gave me the name of the book, and he also indicated to me that it is to be a compilation, and also indicated the people that I am to write the book with. And believe it or not, gave me 2 months to write the book. So we went about, put things together, identified the people, spoke to them, they graciously agreed, and they delivered their inserts in the allocated time. But I could not. I just battled with my stories. My publisher rejected some of my stories because I was battling to deal with the occurrences that I was to write about. Long and short is that I actually didn't. I found different stories to talk about because I found that, and I had not healed from those particular episodes that I had initially intended to write about, which then means that they will require a completely different book. So here it is. It's called I Saw God Moved. It is compiled by myself. I am the founder of the notion, the concept, or founder, God, but I'm the co-founder of the notion. It's an instruction by God. The book is out. We're doing boot sales at the moment. It's myself and 15 other ladies. I'll quickly read you the blurb so you can get a clue of what the book is about. It looks like this. Here goes. This is one of those rare reads that cross the barrier between motivational self-help and riveting life drama. An easy read about very difficult, painful, and challenging life encounters of 16 different women. You'll be moved by this book. You will laugh and cry with our authors, but above all, you'll find a character that you can identify with and derive hope from. These are stories of how the valley of the shadow of death is not death itself. I like that. I'll repeat it. These are stories of how the valley of the shadow of death is not death itself. The gripping, moving stories leave you firmly believing that God does show up, and that when He does, life is never the same again. In this compilation, Pastor Linda inspires women to rise above their painful encounters, to recognize that God has already deposited in them all that they require to pull through these challenges and succeed. She is a firm believer that God is always moving in our lives, and if we're still enough and listen attentively, we can hear and sometimes even see Him move. I Saw God Move. Stories of triumph from different women under the compiler's mentorship or leadership aims to reach other women across the globe who've been through similar experiences, to comfort, to share the pain, and to encourage them that while we don't make light of their experiences, these are not peculiar and they are certainly survivable. These 16 women express their vulnerabilities by generously opening up about their respective painful experiences. Some of the stories include reveals about the challenges and hardships of fatherlessness, being able to forgive oneself and find self-love after several abortions, not only surviving but living a wholesome life after rape, and the heartbreak of losing a father, and many more gripping personal stories. In this power-packed compilation, Pastor Linda herself shares her story about bringing up a son with multiple disabilities, as well as gives a humorous reflection of her rebellious past and how God has moved in her life. I'm certain that God wrote this book Himself, because the number of reviews that we have received that have been just past awesome have been bewildering. We have had basically coverage in just about the whole country already. The book has been out for 2.5 weeks now, and we've sold about 200 copies in 2.5 weeks. Well, by week 3 we'll certainly have sold 200 copies. And the book is doing well. We're getting women who are reaching out and saying, listen, this has worked for me, this has helped me, it's unearthed a new pain that I didn't know was there. But we've got prayers in here, and the stories are literally about how these women were able to overcome their situations purely because they held on to God's hand and had him lead and allowed him to lead in their lives. And so it's stories of restoration, it's stories of triumph, but above all it's stories of forgiveness. So catch us on any one of our handles, catch us on our Instagram page. We've got I Saw God Move, which is both Facebook and Instagram, and we'll indicate to you how you can get yourself a copy. You want to have this copy, you want to have this book. It is a refreshing read, a new perspective, and it will certainly restore your faith, and it will galvanize everything inside of you that is called strength, and you'll realize that whatever limiting beliefs that experience has bombarded and suppressed you with, that in fact you can reach deep inside of you, and that you can heal, because God never leaves us. Whether we're in trouble or not, God never leaves us. He is ever there, He's ever present, and He's also deposited everything that we require for life. So everything that you require for healing, everything that you require for restoration, He's already deposited inside of you. This is I Saw God Move. We've got many copies. Just holler, tell us how and when you'd like to have your copy. We are being invited to women's groups, we're invited to different churches to come and do inspirational talks, to come and give encouragement and edify and empower women. It's about women, but women at the hands of men. So it's it's stories that men can grow from, men can learn from. So it's not limited to women. It's written by women, but it's for everybody to read. I Saw God Move. Get your copy today.